recognize that? When you're smiling, smile. Help me. I'm a terrible singer. When you're laughing, the sun comes shining through. But when you're crying, you bring out the rain, so stop your sighing. Be happy again, or keep on smiling. When you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. All right, thank you, everybody. Ukulele belongs to a lady named Mona Lott. And I thought if I played it, I would become a better musician instantly. But it hasn't really worked. Anyway, welcome everybody to Jayme Kelly Curtis Memorial. All right, I'm good now. My name is Sven Davis, and like you, I knew and loved Jayme. Rick and I have produced and collaborated on a lot of shows in the past, and he invited me to coordinate this event. And of course, every musician in town immediately raised their hand and offered to play, and believe me, I could have put on the most awesome 6-hour-long concert today. But of course, that's not why we're here. We're here in tribute, we're here in fellowship, to spend time with others who understand our grief at this terrible loss. But we're also here to celebrate the way Jayme touched all of our lives. We are better for having known her. All right, let's start it off with a bang. Please welcome Gail Dreyfus and Lisa Burns.
Well, I don't need to say it's truly an honor to be up here today, tonight, this evening. My name's Gail Dreyfus, Lisa Burns, and also Billy Buckman is going to join us. Thank you. And to keep in style of songwriting, this is a song that I wrote for her. It's still hot off the press, so I'll be looking at the words. And this song is called Per Girl. Pearl girl, met you on the telephone, answering questions of a stranger, that was me. Giving your heart to everyone, your smile lights a room, your voice, your smile lights a room, your voice. Thank you for the walk to look at butterflies, painting our toenails in your big surprise. Dinner at your house and Yosemite, loving you. Thank you, song circles around the sun, part of so many, inspiring everyone. Writing music, playing with words, Jazz and Joni, singing to be heard, Red Hot Mama, singing to be heard. Thank you for the weekend at the ocean, walking on the beach, telling stories, jamming at your house in Yosemite. Thank you, I love you. Her girl called me on the telephone, said, meet me at a coffee shop nearby. Conversation, we were alone, I didn't think it was time to cry. I didn't think it was time to cry. Thank you for the endless times of laughter, advice at Yosemite, loving Rick and all of your friends. I love you. Jayme, your smile lights a room, your voice, your smile lights a room, your voice, your smile lights a room, your voice. Thank you.
I'm Lisa Burns, for those who may not have met me. I was privileged to be friends with Jayme for, I think I counted over 25 years, and I first met her at California Coast Music Camp. How many CCMCers do we have here? Lots of you. So one of the things that really impressed me about Jayme was that some of you know that she did PR. She always publicized other people's gigs too. So not just her own gigs, and that was really generous of her, I think. One light winks out just after dawn. We all ask why, then struggle on. One light winks out, another shines anew. That's my belief. It helps me through. Her light was bright. It shone so far, dared us to be the best we are. Her light was bright, her shadow long. Pick up her torch and carry on. So sing your songs and dance your dance. One step forward, take a chance. Reach out your hand, lift another up. Let's all drink from Jayme's cup. Sing it with me now. Reach out your hands, lift another up. Let's all drink from Jayme's cup. One more time. Reach out your hands, lift another up. Let's all drink from Jayme's cup. Tag it out. Let's all drink from Jayme's cup. Thank you.
That's a beautiful song. Thank you. Jayme's brother Jack is here.
This is going to be hard. I'm very impressed with all your attention and feelings for my sister, my little sister. But I should have known she was very talented, and I appreciate all your love for her and respect for her. And she was my little sister. I like to think that I introduced her to music. In the 60s, I sang professionally in a blues rock band. And by the time she got to 11 and 12, every now and then she would come and sit in with us and do little things, because she was playing the guitar then. And when she was 13, we had a gig at Syracuse University. I invited her to come along, and we dedicated the concert to her, because she was 13 then. And as we played, and we took a break, and by the time we took a second break, and she would, dink along with us on guitar, and she was the little girl hanging with us, she asked me if she could sit in with us. And I looked at her and I said, well, the other two guys are playing the guitar and the bass there and the drummer, and, what do you want to do? And she goes, I'd like to play the piano with you. And I looked at her, and she had never been on the seat of a piano. And I'm like, really? And so we decided to cover a couple Stones songs. And she sat down there, and by the time she was done, the boys and I looked at each other and went, holy shit. We work our ass off, and look at her. She sits down. It was just, her talent was, it didn't matter the instrument she could play. I mean, she could even do a harp, and it was like, we just looked at each other and go, what the hell have we been doing? Another time, my youngest son, who plays guitar, is into music, and he was all about the air guitar. Baby can play that air guitar. So he asked Jayme for an air guitar. And I didn't know what the hell to tell him. Jayme came through. She gave him a ukulele for his birthday. That was his air guitar. But I just want to say thank you for having this tribute to her. We lived different lifestyles. I left the music scene and decided to be a skier and a rock climber in Colorado, and I went on to be a professional doing all of that. And she went on through her music, and back and forth. I did live here in San Francisco in '68, the fun times on Haight-Ashbury. And she went her way and out to here, and I went my way in Colorado, but we always stayed in touch. And as you can see by a couple of pictures, I even got pictures of her on skis. You have to ski to know me. The whole family that skis together, I always say, that's the best. Just the sadness of all of this hit me hard. We were trying to get out here for her birthday on the 13th, and we couldn't make it. And I didn't get to see her just before she passed. So thank you for being here. I'm blessed to have had her as a sister, and you have been blessed to have known her as friends through her lifestyle, her music. She had a beautiful voice. Thank you so much.
I've known Jayme since 1995. We were both PR managers at Apple Computer, believe it or not. Jayme was a corporate slave for a while. And it took us a while before we realized that we both had something much better than PR in common, which was music. And this is a song that we're going to do that I wrote some time ago, but today it's for Jayme. Like a flame in my heart, I can hear my father's laughter ringing out in my ears as if he were next to me. Like a flame in my heart, I can hear my mother singing, sweet and high and slightly out of key. Like a flame in my heart, I can see my friend a-smiling. She's just sitting back and grinning as she hears me sing this line. Like a flame in my heart, I can feel a warm and gentle touch pushing back my hair and softly sighing. And I feel just like an orphan child, though I am fully grown. But the shelter their love gave me was And for all the riches one could have, they've left me with my claim. I hold their light inside of me, the keeper of the flame. I love you, Jayme.
Hello. Hello. Oh. Thank you for being here, and it's so wonderful to honor somebody so wonderful. Well, Jayme used to come over my home many times after she would work for Rick Turner, and we'd make a hot cup of tea, and we'd talk about life and about love, and of course the music business, because Jayme was deeply invested in that. And one day, we decided the trouble with the entire universe was there was not enough songs about fruit. And we would put our heads together, and we came up with a new song about fruit. Now, we sort of borrowed the melody from these guys in Southern California, but I could present to you today an unreleased Jayme lyric, and all the best parts of the song Jayme wrote. Avocado, you know you ain't guacamole. You've been sitting, getting molded for so long now. You're ripe and you're mellow, but neither a woman nor a fellow has come by to squeeze you and take you on home. Avocado, you are so green and so bumpy, but you'll be getting lumpy before long now. You're living this ballad in search of a salad or a hot quesadilla to warm you somehow. Don't you get lonely at dinner time when you should be sitting on the table? The chips and the salsa are your best friends. And yes, you're ripe, and yes, you know you're ready and you're able, my friend. Don't pretend. Avocado, you ain't getting no younger. You need somebody's hunger to take you on home, to peel you, to slice you, to mash you, to spice you. Your prison is living in this bin all alone. Don't your skin get cold in the wintertime, 'cause this just ain't your season. Do you feel that you were firmer yesterday? But don't give up, these bruises are your battle scars. Today, this is what I say. Avocado, you might be a fuerte, a bacon, a Haas, or even a Gwen. But if for some reason this just ain't your season, your seed will soon blossom to give fruit again. Your seed will soon blossom to bear fruit again. Thank you, Jayme. Shiloh, thank you.
That was Neil Hellman, everybody, and his son Shiloh. Long live the condiments. Our next celebrity guest has been prominent, probably the most prominent arts writer in Santa Cruz County for so long. I don't even know how long, but I think I've gone through 4 or 5 cars while he's been writing for the Sentinel. Please welcome Wallace Bain.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here. I just wanted to say a few words about JKC. In my role as a journalist, I thought early on it might be appropriate for me to talk about her music, her talent, what can be found in those wonderful CDs that she made over the course of about 10 years in the 2000s. But I don't want to do any of that. I want to talk about Jayme as a person, because I had a really nice relationship with her going back maybe 20 years or so. And the thing that really struck me so much was her generosity of spirit. And what I mean by that is, my role as a journalist often in covering the arts, well, not often, always, is to visit an artist and sit down with that artist and say, tell me about your project, your idea, I'm here to help you communicate with the world. Well, Jayme kind of turned that around and kind of held up a mirror a lot of times. When I called her about her album Midlife Chrysalis that was released about a decade ago, I would imagine, she told me right off the bat that one of the songs on it was inspired by a humor column I had written in the Sentinel several years earlier, and she just would not stop talking about that and how that had inspired her to write this song. And I kept saying, well, you know what? None of this is really usable for me in my story because it's about me, so let's talk about you. And then a couple of years later, I called her on another project, and I had self-published a book of short stories that sank like a rock, and she had got a hold of it, and she only wanted to talk about that. In fact, she said, let me do a campaign, a PR campaign. Let me be your agent or whatever. And we didn't do that, not because of my lack of confidence in Jayme, but my lack of confidence in the material. But still, that was another incident of her turning around the mirror back to me. And I thought that was enormously generous of her to acknowledge my creative path. Of course, it didn't really help my job that much. I had to get back to what she was doing. And then, the last time I saw her was probably maybe September, something like that, a few months ago in her backyard in Felton on a beautiful afternoon. And she gave me a couple of chili peppers that she was growing in her garden, and we talked about life. She gave me a sense, just a very bare whisper of a modicum of the suffering that she had experienced over the last year or so with her health. And yet, even then, in that afternoon, with the sun shining in her backyard, I felt that she was, again, turning it back and reflecting it on me and giving me something that I would carry over in days like today that were to come. And today is a painful moment for us all. And I guess it's a cliche that we talk about carrying Jayme's spirit in our hearts, but what that means on a practical level is carrying her spirit in the stories we tell, in the jokes we tell, in the songs we sing. Carrying the memory of her sweet smile, her voice. The thing about Jayme was that she was never the biggest personality in the room. That was usually the guy she was with, but once you would find her in that room, you would find this intense little jewel of radiant love, I think. And so I think it's up to the rest of us to carry her example with us, be that in music, in the stories we tell, or in my case, a couple of chili peppers that are on my kitchen window sill that I never ate and will remain there for a long, long time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wallace. Any Dulcimer Girl fans out there? Well, good news. Good news coming your way. I think most of you got to see Rick on the way in, am I right? It's great. I know he's very touched by the turnout today, and was glad to be able to find the strength to stand there and look everybody in the eye. I'm sure that's a big ask for anybody under the circumstances. I'm real proud of him in that regard. Hi.
Thank
Go
you,
for it.
Sven. I'm going to really try not to cry. Not working. I met Jayme about 20 years ago. And a lot of you out there I know because of Jayme. She was running a jam circle at the Bedlam and Art Center. How many of you went to that jam circle? And I showed up. I don't remember how I learned of it. It wasn't through Jayme. She was just the one running the jam circle that particular night for Bruce Argyle. And nobody brings a dulcimer too much to a jam circle. So I kind of stood out. And afterwards, she came up to me and said, I used to play dulcimer, but my dulcimer was ruined in an airport. And I have another one. I want to learn to play it. And I said, well, I have my mom's guitar that's not being played, so why don't we change lessons? I'll teach you dulcimer and you could teach me guitar. So we did that. And maybe 3 or 4 meetings of exchanging, and we had lesson plans, and, she made me do my homework. And this one particular lesson plan I had for her was a duet written by Laura Allen. And so I taught it to her. I taught her the duet part, and I'm happy to have my friend Janet Herman here to play the duet part. And as we were learning it together, I was teaching it to her, we were singing it, our voices just naturally fell into the parts, just without saying, you take the third, just fell in naturally. And after we finished playing it, she said, we sound good together. We should be in a band. And I said, okay. This is a title track to the one CD we made, and it's called Old Ways Are Leaving. Old ways are leaving, make way for new. You won't catch me grieving if I could be playing music with you. Guess we just keep growing, like a tree grows taller and taller. Cold winds, they'll come blowing, and the leaves so green, well, they're bound to fall. I was a blind woman, just beginning to see. I was a blind woman, I'm beginning now to see that there is just one path for me, one that leads out of my heart. The only songs that I want to sing are the ones that I play on dulcimer strings and winging my way to a new day. And I just want to say, old ways you're leaving, make way for new, and you won't catch me grieving. If I could be playing music with you. Seasons, they change around, just like a spinning wheel. Spring may bring new ways to me. You know I feel like the blossoms on the tree. I was a blind woman, just beginning to see. I was a blind woman, I'm beginning now to see that there is just one path for me, the one that leads out of my heart. The only songs that I want to sing are the ones that I play on dulcimer strings, winging my way to a new day. And I just want to say, always you're leaving, make way for new, and you won't catch me grieving. If I could be, oh, if I could be playing music with you, yeah. Thank you, Jayme.
Thank you, Jayme.
Well, I'm honored to be up here. Just wanted to say, you know, I've heard a lot of good things, great things about Jayme. My thought is always of a teacher, because it seemed like every time I needed some technical issue fixed or how do I do this, Jayme? She'd come on by, we'll talk about it, and we'd take care of it. So I want to thank her for that. And I just want to thank everyone for their songs and memories. I'm not someone who has a great memory, you know, and you've just sparked a lot of awesome things in my head, and I'm sure they have for you too, so thank you.
So this song we're going to do was suggested that we do this song, and I hadn't really thought about it for this occasion, and I really like it now, and I hope you understand why we're doing it. It's a song about being in the wrong situation. It's a song about not being where you're supposed to be at. And Jayme certainly ended up in that position where she was not where she should be. She should be flying and comfortable and teaching and all of that. I want to sing my own song, that's all. cried the bird, then flew into the wall. There must be some way out, she cried, and her desperation echoed down the hall. Just another bird in the house, dying to get out. Just another bird in the house, dying to get out. I wanna be with my own kind, that's all, cried the bird, then flew into the wall. There must be some way out, that's all, and her desperation echoed down the hall. Just another bird in the house, dying to get out. Just another bird in the house, dying to get out. Just another bird in the house, dying to get out. Just another bird in the house, dying to get out. Just another bird in the house, dying to get out. Just another bird in the house, dying to get out. Thank you, Jayme.
Thank you.
Oh, Jayme. Gather up all of the tears that you have saved and lay them softly on the ground. quiet sadness born of everything we crave has left these dreams without a sound. Harder that we love, or the deeper we're gonna feel. Looking down from up above, gonna find us something real, something to help us heal, help us heal. Peering out 1,000 shattered windows, gazing toward a clear, heartbroken sky. Somewhere there's a place where an innocent wind still blows. Someday we won't have to cry. Harder that we love, or the deeper we're gonna feel. Looking down from up above, we're gonna find us something real, something to help us heal, help us heal now. Oh yeah. So gather up all of the tears that you have saved, spread them softly on the field. Spring will reach across the darkness of these days, even when no answers are revealed. Harder that we love, or the deeper we're gonna feel. Looking down from up above, through the clouds and the smoke, through the hawks and the dove, gonna find us something real, something to help us heal, help us heal. Well, we loved,
We're so glad
we
to
just
be
loved
here,
Jayme so much. I had so many delightful and soul-stirring times with Jayme. She was such a wonderful friend, and she was always smiling when
That's right.
There was always this this playfulness about her and this kindness. And then she hooked up with Rick and everything went to hell. I don't know. No, I'm kidding, of course. If you love somebody and you know you need someone, and if you need somebody who's gonna make you weep, but if you know you're weak and you know that you need someone, oh, it's a funny thing. That's what makes you strong. That's what makes you strong. That's what gives you power. That's what lets the meek come and sit beside the king. That's what lets us smile in our final hour. That's what lifts our souls, and that's what helps us sing. And to trust somebody is to be disappointed. It's never what you wanted, and it happens every time. But if you're the trusting kind, then this don't even cross your mind. Oh, it's a funny thing, but that's what makes you strong. That's what makes you strong. Let's sing together. That's what makes you strong. That's what gives you power. That's what lets the meek come and sit beside the king. That's what lets us smile in our final hour. That's what lifts our souls, and that's what helps us sing. The people, if you love somebody, and you know that you need someone. Know that you need someone. Sometimes when you need somebody. Oh, it's gonna make you a little bit weak. But if you know that you're weak, and you know that you need someone. It's a funny thing. Oh, but that's what makes you strong. Sing with us, that's what makes you strong. Yeah, that's what makes you strong. That's what gives you power. That's what lets the meek come and sit beside the king. That's what lets us smile in our final hour. That's what lifts our soul. That's what helps us sing. That's what makes you strong. That's what gives you power. That's what lets the meek come and sit beside the king. That's what lets us smile in our final hour. That's what lifts our souls. That's what helps us sing. That's what lifts our souls. That's what helps us sing. Can we play you one more? We'll all sing together. This is, thank you. As I said, we've heard nothing but amazing things about the event. Was it a beautiful day? I'm sure it was.
Everybody seems happy and well fed. I think Jayme would be very pleased.
Jayme is very pleased. I couldn't help but think she was laughing, going, oh, I knew those guys would have a gig that day. We all know this one. Let's sing this one for Jayme. One bright morning when my life is over, I'll fly away to that home on God's celestial shoulders. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, bye bye. I'll fly away. Play that thing. Just a few more weary days and then I'm gonna fly away to a home where joys will never end. I'm gonna fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, bye bye. I'll fly away. Well, oh, how glad and happy when we meet. Oh, I'll fly away. No more cold iron shackles on my feet. Oh, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning, in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, bye bye. I'll fly away. Go on, Jimmy, fly it, bro. Fly away, Patty Maxine, go on. Looked on the Jordan people and what did I see? Coming for to carry me home was a band of holy angels with ukuleles. They were coming after me, coming for to carry me home. Well, sweet Lord, sweet chair, coming for to carry me home. Lord, sweet chair, coming for to carry me home. Go on, Lisa, let's hear that baby. you get to heaven before I do. Coming for to carry me, oh. Tell all of my good friends that I'll be coming right after you. Coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot. Coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot. Coming for to carry me home. Play that thing, D. Jayme! It's for Jayme!